300,000 years ago, a human being could wake up on cold ground, walk 15 miles before noon, climb trees for honey, carry meat back to camp, sleep without a mattress, and wake up the next day with no chronic pain. Today, millions of people injure themselves picking up grocery bags. Something happened to us, and your body knows it. Right now, the average American walks between 3,000 and 4,000 steps a day. That sounds like a lot until you compare it to hunter-gatherers. Anthropologists studying the Hadza tribe in Tanzania found that Hadza men walk roughly 10 to 15 kilometers every single day. Women walk slightly less, but still far beyond modern averages, and they do it without cushioned shoes, office chairs, protein shakes, or gyms. Movement wasn't exercise to them, it was life. If you stopped moving for too long in the ancient world, you didn't get out of shape. You died. A hunter who couldn't keep up with the group missed the hunt. A mother who couldn't carry water fast enough risked her children going thirsty. An injured ankle wasn't an inconvenience. It could become a death sentence. Your ancestors were not surviving because they were unusually athletic. They were athletic because only the physically capable survived long enough to become your ancestors. And their bodies looked different because of it. In 2021, researchers studying ancient hunter-gatherer skeletons found that early human bones were dramatically denser than modern bones, particularly in the legs, hips, and arms. Ancient humans carried more muscle, walked more, squatted more, climbed more, and spent almost no time sitting in chairs because chairs barely existed. Your spine evolved for movement, not for sitting still 8 hours a day staring at a glowing rectangle. Modern humans sit longer than any humans in history. Office workers spend over 9 hours a day seated. Then they wonder why their backs hurt by age 30. Your ancestors didn't have ergonomic chairs, but they also didn't have epidemic levels of chronic back pain. And here's where it gets strange. Human beings are not actually very fast. We're not very strong compared to other animals either. A chimpanzee can overpower almost any man alive. A horse can outrun us. A leopard can kill us effortlessly. So why did humans survive? Endurance. That was our superpower. Anthropologists call it persistence hunting. A hunter would spot an antelope during the hottest part of the day when most predators were resting. Then the human would begin following it. Slowly, relentlessly, for hours. The antelope could sprint away easily, but sprinting creates heat, and animals covered in fur are terrible at cooling themselves down. Humans are different. We sweat across almost our entire bodies. We can cool ourselves while moving. So the hunter just kept walking. The antelope would stop to recover, then see the human again. Still coming, still walking, hour after hour. Eventually the animal overheated, collapsed from exhaustion, and the human killed it at close range. Not because humans were stronger, because humans were harder to stop. Your body was built for endurance. Your ancestors evolved glutes to stabilize long-distance running, Achilles tendons to store elastic energy, large leg muscles, arched feet, sweat glands by the millions, and now most of those systems barely get used. Your ancestors walked more in 2 days than some modern humans walk in a week, and the body adapts to whatever environment it lives in. Ancient humans adapted to movement. Modern humans adapt to chairs. Children are now developing posture problems before puberty. Grip strength in men has declined significantly over the last few decades. Obesity rates continue rising globally. Muscle mass drops. Bone density weakens. Your body follows instructions from your environment, and modern environments are telling the body not to move. But strength wasn't just about muscle. Ancient humans also tolerated discomfort differently than we do. A Hadza hunter can walk all day with cuts on his feet, insect bites, dehydration, heat exhaustion, and smoke in his eyes because discomfort wasn't unusual to ancient humans. It was normal. Modern life removed most physical suffering. That sounds good, and in many ways, it is good. You are far less likely to die from infection, starvation, childbirth, or a broken bone than your ancestors were. But removing struggle also changed the human body in ways we're only beginning to notice. The average ancient human wasn't bench pressing rocks for fun. Most of their strength came from constant low-level movement repeated every day for an entire lifetime. Squatting to cook, carrying children, walking long distances, climbing, digging, lifting meat, building fires. Everything was physical. Nothing was optimized for comfort, and comfort changes the body fast. NASA discovered that astronauts in zero gravity lose muscle and bone density rapidly because the body stops receiving resistance from the environment. Without constant stress, the body begins dismantling tissue it no longer thinks it needs. Your body is economical. It keeps what gets used. It removes what doesn't. This is why someone bedridden for months can lose the ability to walk. The body adapts downward just as aggressively as it adapts upward. And modern humans live in the least physically demanding environment our species has ever experienced. Food arrives without hunting. Water arrives without carrying. Heat arrives without gathering wood. Most modern humans never need to climb, chase, crawl, lift, dig, or fight to survive. For the first time in human history, physical weakness usually doesn't stop reproduction. It doesn't stop survival. It doesn't even stop comfort. And evolution responds to whatever survives. But the ancient world still exists inside your nervous system. Your brain still expects movement, sunlight, effort, physical struggle, which is why inactivity feels terrible after too long, why anxiety drops after exercise, why walking clears the mind, why physical exhaustion often improves sleep more effectively than medication. Your body still remembers the conditions it evolved for. But ancient humans weren't just stronger because they moved more. They also started moving earlier than we do. A Hadza child can walk long distances by the age of 4. By 8, boys practice hunting with miniature bows. Girls gather food beside their mothers and grandmothers. Their muscles, balance, endurance, and coordination develop naturally because movement is built into childhood itself. Modern children spend thousands of hours sitting indoors before adulthood. School desks, cars, couches, phones. Screens replaced movement during the exact years the body is supposed to be wiring itself for physical competence. Some studies now describe reduced physical capability in teenagers that would have alarmed doctors in the 1970s. And then there's the feet. Ancient humans almost never wore heavily cushioned shoes. Their feet spread naturally, their arches strengthened from uneven terrain. Toes widened properly because nothing compressed them together for years. Modern shoes reshape human feet from childhood onward. And then there is temperature. Ancient humans experienced heat, cold, rain, wind, smoke, insects, and changing seasons constantly. Their bodies adapted because they had no choice. Modern humans live inside climate-controlled boxes. Air conditioning in summer, heating in winter. Your ancestors' bodies were constantly adjusting themselves to the environment. Ours barely have to. Some researchers believe this constant environmental comfort may even affect metabolism and resilience, because the human body evolved expecting variation, not stability. Ancient life was harder, but hardness trained the body continuously. Modern humans often try to compress all physical effort into 1 hour at the gym while remaining almost motionless for the other 23. And your body can tell the difference between natural movement and artificial exercise. Hunter-gatherers rarely perform repetitive, isolated motions the way modern gym routines do. Their movement patterns are varied constantly. Walking, crouching, climbing, carrying, twisting, throwing. Their bodies train all day without calling it training. And despite all this, ancient humans were not superheroes. Many died young, many carried injuries, many suffered infections, broken bones, parasites, and starvation. But the humans who survived into adulthood were incredibly physically capable compared to the average modern person, because weakness was filtered out brutally by the environment itself. Nature did not care about comfort, it cared about survival. And survival selected for bodies that could endure enormous physical stress. Then civilization arrived. Agriculture reduced movement. Cities compressed space. Industrialization replaced physical labor with machines. Cars replaced walking. Screens replaced outdoor life. For the first time in human history, a person could survive while barely moving at all. And the human body never fully adapted to that change, because evolution is slow, really slow. Agriculture began roughly 12,000 years ago. Industrial society is only a few hundred years old. Smartphones have existed for less than 20. Your body is still far closer to a hunter-gatherer's body than to whatever modern life is becoming, which explains one strange fact. Modern humans constantly pay money to artificially recreate physical hardship. We lift weights that don't need lifting, run on treadmills that go nowhere, take ice baths, go hiking for fun, pay to attend fitness camps designed to simulate discomfort. Because somewhere deep in the nervous system, the ancient human brain still expects effort. Your ancestors did not debate whether they felt motivated enough to move today. Movement wasn't self-improvement. It wasn't fitness culture. It wasn't optimization. It was survival. If the tribe moved, you moved. If food was far away, you walked. If water dried up, you carried everything you owned and kept going. The human body evolved in a world where daily effort was unavoidable. Modern humans are the first humans who must artificially recreate the physical conditions their bodies were designed for. And that is the strange contradiction of modern life. For hundreds of thousands of years, being weak meant dying.